In here. Okay, we're gonna do predictions for TNA Wrestling Rebellion happening on the 27th of April in Los Angeles. Yeah, they have a card. I know Rick Hard's very excited. Where is Rick Hard?
Again? Good Lord.
Man.
What is he doing?
Where is he?
Then he complains about me.
I mean, I guess he's trying to challenge you for the World Traveler record title.
Well, I guess he's getting a good start.
Yeah. Well, until we figure out where in the world is Rick Hard.
Is Rick Hard San Diego?
Yeah. Hit the music.
Welcome to Tfspod, otherwise known as 24/7 podcast. Yeah, 24/7 Lou, winning championship rings. Well, Rick Hard is your conference favorite host. Yeah, you know it, the one-man band is the wrestling trivia king of kings. A dice, a wheel, another deal. The randomizer will tag in to make the steal. Tfspod, Tfspod, Tfspod. Welcome to the wrestling home of super fans, where we clash with facts and master plans. Opinions soar and predictions unfold, while our championship Goldie shines brighter than any other gold. Join the excitement, raise your voice. In this wrestling realm, we will make some noise. Each matching night, our hearts ablaze. United we triumph, under Goldie's shining. Tfspod, Tfspod, Tfspod. I said Tfspod, 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 Tfspod.
Welcome to Tfspod. This is 24/7 Lou, and that's where is he? Do you have an idea where he could be, the one-man band?
As we said last show, he's somewhere in Asia. I don't know where exactly, but I have a sinking feeling I know where. But I'm gonna let him say it when he comes back. But I understand. Like I said, as a person who's lived in Asia himself, I understand. I get it. I do.
Yeah, and
myself, the one-man band, and we are almost at the halfway point of 2025 with these predictions.
Yeah. The battles are getting very intense.
They are.
Here at Tfspod. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about TNA Rebellion. What was I going to say about this? I mean, look at this card. It has we have 9 matches now on this one. By the way, the order is a little bit different because we did find out that one of the matches that we have here listed is actually part of the pre-show, but I'll let you know once we get to that one. So I want to mention this. Joe Henry is defending his title in this one, and in this one it's NXT. It's Ethan Page in there, and against Frank Kazarian with his call your shot, which he did win. He did win that right to call the shot whenever he wants, and now he's doing it. And also too, I want to say that also this is being held in Los Angeles, at the Galen Center. It's called Galen Center. But I do want to mention that this is another show where TNA and NXT are working together in this one. So it's good to see this partnership keeps on growing, and see what other matches occur, because we have NXT people from NXT facing for titles on this one. So could they win? Will they show up on NXT as their champion? I don't know if we're ready for that yet. Do you think they're ready for that stuff?
Well, I mean, who knows? I think we are personally, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, since I'm gonna have to ask you. I have to ask you to say the line. I'm gonna say it. The one-man band. Give us that line that everybody loves.
Since Ricardo's not here, one man band or 24/7 Lou, get the scoreboard.
All right, 24/7. Yeah, here we go. Here's the scoreboard. It's a simplified scoreboard. It's not as elaborate as the wonderful scoreboard that we get from Ricard. But as you can see there, as of April 20th, this is where the Tfspod battle is at. We have the Diesel with 14 points. Behind him, we have Ricard, which, that's an error right there. That should be 21. I mean, sorry, 10 points for Ricard.
21, good Lord.
Yeah. I was thinking something else. Ricard does have 10 points. Behind him is you, the one-man band. You have 7 points.
All right.
For a tie, it's the main event, Jeff and I. We both have 6 points. And coming up right around very close with us is number with 5 points is the Torinator. Also, Playboy Raj, part of that faction, the CWO, not the COW, as someone thought that I said. CWO, the Copy and Paste World Order. We know who they are. Whenever you hear it, you know who I'm talking about. Whenever you hear this. Because I feel like there's a lot of that in this predictions battle.
I think
a lot of it.
I think it's going to happen too.
Playboy Raj has 2 points, which is he did earn a point during the WrestleMania weekend. He did get a point with that predictions battle, and the randomizer with 1 point. So if we're half or not yet halfway, and the randomizer has 1 point, it's not a bad year if you think about it. If the randomizer had more points, it's a bad year.
Yeah, it's actually not bad at all.
So. Oh yeah, I didn't mention about our sponsor, but you know what the sponsor is, right?
No, who?
M.
I.
Nah. L. And I'll just leave it there where that is on the screen.
Yeah. I think we have an idea.
So yeah, let's get to this predictions battle quickly. Let's get to the order of combatants in this one, since put myself in this spot. Since the last winners of this predictions battle was that are here with us in this recording, it was Ricard and myself, because before that it was a Torinator, but his predictions are going to be read. They will be read in there. But Ricard and myself did get 1 point on WrestleMania Night 1.
Mm-hmm.
So since Ricard's not here, I'm here, so I go first in this predictions battle. You go second, the one-man band, followed by Ricard, then the Torinator, then main event Jeff, then Playboy Raj, and last but not least, the randomizer. So yeah, that's the order of combatants in this one. There are 9 matches that we will be battling for. And let's kick it off with the first match. First match that we're going to talk about is the Ultimate X Division, the TNA X Division Championship Ultimate. That's what they're calling it. Ultimate X match. See, that's my fault. Ultimate X match for the TNA X Division Championship. Who the current champion is? Moose. Moose is the current champion versus Casey Navarro versus Leon Slater versus Matt Cardona versus El Hijo de Vikingo versus Sidney Akeem. That name, you're like, who's that? Who's that? No, that was the sommelier for Carmella. If you remember him in WWE, he's now in TNA. He did already have a match against Moose during Unbreakable. By the way, I did see a clip of Unbreakable. Did you see that clip about the stapling the tongue of Mark Warner to a board?
No. Oh Lord.
Yo, you got to see that clip. I think it's in one of our chats that we have. Yeah, it was stapled his tongue to a board. So he tries to get. So Matt Warner gets up. Sami Callihan did that to Matt Warner. So Warner is trying to get up. Then, as he's getting up with the stapled board on his tongue, he gets hit in the back with a chair, and it rips off.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a bloody match. That yeah, you guys.
Man, that's ugh.
I don't know. Sometimes there's some lines. And I wonder. I missed and watched to catch that match. If someone's balls got stapled,
Ugh.
because remember that from the past where Moose got balls stapled by Sammy Callahan.
Good Lord. Yeesh.
All right, so I know I'm dancing around it, but here I go. Here I go. I go first for the prediction, and man, do I want? I'm torn between Moose retaining or Matt Cardona winning it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hijo de Vikingo is part of another promotion. Why would he hold a championship title on TNA? Casey Navarro, I don't even know where he's from. I don't know if he's a part of TNA or did I miss him or where has he been? Leon Slater, yes, I do know he's from TNA. And Sidney Akeem just arrived into TNA. So I'm gonna say Moose retains. That's my prediction. Moose for the win. All right. The Woman Band, you're next. Who do you have?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be the CWO guy, but I think it makes sense what you said. I think Moose, in my opinion, will retain. There's all these guys are very, they're very good. Matt Cardona especially, we know very well what he's capable of. Hijo de Vikingo, another great wrestler as well.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the other three too much, but I'm sure if they're in TNA, they're not scrubs. So I know that they can handle their own. But yeah, I'm gonna say Moose retains. I think Moose still needs to get a little bit of his wins back. Ever since he lost to Obafemi, I know he won. At the last pay-per-view that they
Yeah,
had, if I
Unbreakable. He had a
remember.
match against Sidney Akeem, but
Yeah, but I feel like that he's gonna continue for a little bit more. He's gonna continue being X Division champ for just a little bit longer.
oof. All right. All right. So you're picking Moose for the win. All right.
Yes.
Now we go to Rick Hard. He says Matt Cardona.
Mm.
Matt Cardona. Then we have the Tornator, who I don't know what he was doing there, but I think he's part of another faction over here. He picked Matt Cardona. Let me go check here something. One last thing before I say anything else. Yeah, he picked Matt Cardona, and we have main event Jeff going with Moose for the win. Playboy Raj, Matt Cardona, and the randomizer picking Leon Slater. Leon Slater for this one. So no one picked Hijo de Vikingo. No one picked Casey Navarro. No one picked Sidney Akeem. Let's see what happens in this one. So there you go. Moving on to the next matchup. We have Elijah walk with Elijah in an open challenge match. You go first, Rickard. Who do you think wins this match? Singles match.
Rickard?
I'm sorry, not Rickard. Sorry, the one-man band. My apologies. Sorry, I'm so used to always him following me, copying my picks.
Yeah,
but you're not. You're not. Different person.
There you. No, in all seriousness, I think whoever answers the open challenge to Elijah, I think is gonna win this one. So yeah, I'm gonna say whoever's TBD is gonna take the victory.
TBD with the victory.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. 1 second here. I'm just checking something here. Okay. TBD. All right. My turn to pick on this one. I don't know. He's had a good showing. Elijah on TNA. He had a tag team match on the Go Home show on Impact. But oh man, I don't know. Oh man, I'm torn between him winning because TNA doesn't have like a history of like, well, TNA and AEW don't always give the win to the new person like that, unless they're former WWE. And I don't know who WWE has released that has quickly run over to TNA. But
Yeah.
man, and I just thought of the counter argument to that. Whoever beats him sets up a match for a future match against Elijah.
I don't know. It's a good one.
So, oh my God. All right. So who wins this match? Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna say, oh, wait a minute. Damn, this could be a good setup for another match.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna say Elijah wins. Forget it. I'm gonna go with Elijah for the victory on this one.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not mad at you for that. I think.
Even though, like I said, it's set up for something else later on. Okay, let's go with Rick Hart's pick. He picked Elijah. Tornator, Elijah. Main event Jeff, Elijah. Playboy Raj, Elijah. And the randomizer picked TBD to win. TBD, so you're in a 2 versus what is it we have? All right, 2 versus 5 on this one. So let's see how it goes. Oh my goodness. All right. So yeah, that's that match. Let's go to the next matchup. Next matchup we have this, which I did see that this will actually be, and it says on the screen, Countdown to Rebellion. So this will be Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix versus Rosemary, Zaya Brookside, and Lei Ying Lee in a 6-woman tag team match. This will be the pre-show match, and I go first in this one. I think that Fatal Influence will come out and win this one. There's no title here, but it makes the NXT stars look good, and I don't think it's a bad thing if they win. I don't think it's a bad thing if they win. So yeah, that's why I'm going with Fatal Influence. The one-man band. You're next. Who do you have?
The fact that you said that this is a pre-show,
Yeah.
I think right there tells me that the pre-show is not going to be televised. So
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. But it's not part of the premium.
Right. So that's what I'm saying, like, it's a part of YouTube, but it won't be on the direct broadcast in this case. So that tells me right there that there is a chance that Fatal Influence will get the victory on this, and I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. I obviously with Zaya Brookside, Lei Ying Lee, and Rosemary, I'm very familiar with Rosemary and the former Zaya Lee. I'm not too familiar with Zaya Brookside. They're great wrestlers, I'm sure, but I think Fatal Influence just has more of an attraction sense in this case. So I think Fatal Influence is going to take the victory on this.
Ooh, all right, Fatal Influence on this one. Yeah. All right. And what do we get from Rick Hard? Fatal Influence. What do we get from Tornator? Fatal Influence. Main event Jeff. Fatal Influence. Playboy Rods. Fatal Influence. Oh, here we go. Ready? Oh man, we don't have it. I'll have to scream it out if we get the consensus. The randomizer picks Rosemary, Zaya Brookside, and Lei Ying Lee to win. Not a consensus on this.
We don't have a consensus.
Okay. That's a new one. We don't have a consensus. We do not have it.
We don't have a consensus. No. So.
That's a new thing now.
Oh man,
that's funny. All right. Let's go to our next matchup. We have Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali in a Falls Count Anywhere match. One-man band, you go first. Who do you have?
I'm not going to give this one too much of a runaround. I think Mustafa Ali's going to take this one.
You think Mustafa Ali? All right, Mustafa Ali. All right. My turn to pick on this one, and I don't know. Mike Santana's been on a high note, winning matches, but it's like he wins the rivalries after you've had him on a match with someone. So I think I do believe that Mustafa Ali, because he does have people with him in Falls Count Anywhere, so that means they're going to try to help. And I think this is just a build-up to another matchup coming along in the future. That's what I think on this one. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Mustafa Ali to win this match. That is my prediction on this one. All right, and 1 second here, I have to check something here with. There we are. Good. All right, that's my prediction. Mustafa Ali with the victory, and I think the next one will be Mike Santana. But all right, what does Rick Hard have? Mustafa Ali, Tornado, Mustafa Ali. Main event Jeff says Mike Santana, Playboy Raj, Mustafa Ali, and the randomizer says Mike Santana. All right. So the randomizer and main event Jeff are against everyone. 2 versus 5. All right. Let's see how that goes, that battle. Next one to predict. It's going to be, it's Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance, the champs, with their personal concierge, versus Metaphor, Jakarta Jackson, and Lash Legends versus Spitfire, Danny Luna and Jody Threat versus Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley from NXT in a four-way tag team match for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. All right. I go first on this one. I'm going to say, don't let Rick Hart hear this recording, please. Someone, Shorts guy, do not let Rick Hart hear this part where I'm going to say, Ash by Elegance wins, they retain. All right. So I know somewhere, what do you call somewhere Rick Hart is very happy and screaming. All right, the woman band, who do you have in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you in this case. Definitely I'm gonna say Ash and Heather by Elegance. They just won the titles. I'm sure that they've got a little bit longer runs ahead of them, so they're gonna win.
Stop, calm down, Rick Hart, wherever you're at. Let's see what Rick Hart says. Like, it's gonna be a tough one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
He says Ash by Elegance.
What a surprise.
All right, and then we have Tornado Ash by Elegance. Main event Jeff says Metaphor for the victory. That's NXT. You have 2 NXT people and 2 TNA folks, and you're gonna say that NXT will take the title and take it home.
Hey, it could happen. Main event Jeff might know something we don't.
Yeah, it could. Maybe. And what do you have? Playboy Ross is Ash by Elegance, and the randomizer picks Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley to win. So it's a split. No one has picked Spitfire to win, so it's still open out there. If you guys have anyone can see who they want to pick on this one, I'm going to put that on the screen. Put that over here. Sorry, juggling a few things on this predictions battle. The dedication is real over here, folks. All right, next matchup. We have Steve Macklin versus the champ versus Eric Young in a singles match for the TNA International Championship. The woman band, you go first. Who do you have on this one?
All right, so you know what I think? I think because Eric Young won the triple threat, I have a strong feeling that I think he's probably going to go over in this one.
What do you mean he won a triple threat?
Didn't he win in the last pay-per-view that wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was Eric Young, right? No.
Well, Eric Young won one of the qualifiers for the.
Oh, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Eric Young in the championship match. It was Eric Young, AJ Francis, and Steve Macklin, and where Steve Macklin came out on top and won the title.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm glad that you corrected me. Yeah, that changes it for me. I thought it was Eric Young that won it. Okay, no. All right, and I reversed my decision in that case, and Steve Macklin will take the victory on this one.
Steve Macklin. All right. All right. All right. My turn to pick on this one. Yeah, I think Steve Macklin defends the title. Yeah, he wins the match. All right. And what do we got from everyone else? Rick Hard says Steve Macklin. The Tornator says Steve Macklin. Main Event Jeff says Steve Macklin. Playboy Rod says Steve Macklin. The randomizer says Steve Macklin. We have a consensus.
We got a consensus.
There you go. You're not the only one that can yell. Ricard. So yeah, that's a consensus on this one. Steve Macklin defends the title. Next matchup, we have the Hardys, Jeff and Matt Hardy, the champs, versus the Nemeth brothers, Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth, in a tag team match for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. I go first on this one, and I think it's time. They've had it for a little bit of a while there, the Hardys. The Nemeth brothers are they lost a match. They lost it last time they tried each other, but it was a 6-man tag match. But they lost that one. So I think this time they come out victorious, because I think it's good for business to have Nick Nemeth with a title. I don't know, it's a tag team title, and the Hardys really, for me, I feel like it's their job to put somebody over, and this is a good new fresh team to put over. So I'm gonna go with the Nemeth brothers to win the title in this one. That's my pick. The one-man band, you're next. Who do you have?
So I don't know if you saw that they did a cinematic style thing for this. Like they did a vignette for this or a segment.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, remember, that the Hardy compound, they do those videos.
Yeah.
They did one for this, and it was good. It was good. I saw it earlier today, and I pop every time because you guys remember I trained near the Hardy compound for police work. So I trained very close to where they lived. So I kind of know the compound. It's huge. And so every time I see that place, I get a little warm feeling in my heart, because I know the area. So it's like, oh yeah, I know this spot. But anyways, going back to this, it showed Nick and Ryan Nemeth going into the compound, and you can see Nick Nemeth is like freaked out to be there. He's like, I don't like this, man. And he's like, yeah, me neither. He's like, okay, we need to split up. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll take over here and you go over here. Man, I gotta give Ryan Nemeth credit. I know Ryan Nemeth did not have the most graceful of exits at AEW. I've been seeing that there's supposed to be some kind of like lawsuit that he's thrown against them. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that's come about from it, but yeah, he is apparently not very happy with AEW, how the treatment and such. So yeah, I don't know if that's still pending or whatnot, but I gotta give Ryan Nemeth credit, because he is. I will give him this. He is a good actor. He is a good actor. Like I know that was his gimmick, where he's an actual actor, and he's using that as part of his wrestling gimmick. But he did some really good interactions with the Hardys, with the Hardys kids in this case, which are huge. They're really big now, man. Maxwell is like 10 years old now, and yeah, and he kid is grown, man. Like he's got super long hair. All the kids are now like adolescents. They're funny, man. Like those kids are really funny. They did a segment where like Ryan Nemeth was being drowned in the pool by Matt Hardy, and it shows like he's having like these moments where it's almost like if he's in Inception or something like that. And he's talking to Senior Benjamin, and he has a ticket for King Maxwell, and he goes in, and the Hardy compound is so big. They have a theater, a small theater in their house. It's pretty
Wow.
nice. Yeah. And so Ryan Nemeth gives the ticket to Senior Benjamin. He rips it and says, "Enjoy the show." He sits down and watches the show. Watches King Maxwell basically doing like this wrestling entrance. Ryan Nemeth is his opponent, and he looks like an amateur wrestler, like dressed up in amateur gear, like Kurt Angle kind of deal. And Maxwell comes out, does this thing, does that, and then it shows him being like in a therapy session with Wolfgang, and Wolfgang is basically sitting there pretending like he's writing, and he's like, all right, yeah, this session will be like in his adolescent, not adolescent, he's a young kid, like I would say he's like 7 now, but you can see him talking to Ryan, and Ryan's like, yeah, man, I just, I just feel this and this, and then Wolfgang's like, is it because maybe you didn't hug your mom or dad enough? And then he's like, yeah, I think you're right. And then he goes, that's another $500 for emotional distress.
Oh,
Yeah, it was funny, man. I got it funny. And then so finally, then it shows him outside at the compound, and Rebby Sky is playing the piano, and the youngest daughter is sitting next to her. Who's cute as a button, by the way. My God, man, she's so cute. And Ryan Nemeth goes up to her. He's like, I want those tag titles. And then Rebby Sky's looking at us like it's like, you're not where you think you are. And he's like, oh, yes, I am. And I want those tag titles. And then you hear the little girl, no. And he's like, I'm telling you, I'm getting those titles. And she's like, no. It's so funny, man. And then she does something, and she turns him into like this goth dude. And
really?
he's like, thanks, goth princess. And then he just starts like doing some silly things with her, and then it goes into like this crazy comedy roast, and the little kid is like roasting him, and he's like, yeah, well, you this and that, like, you're ugly. Like I said, like point of the story, Ryan Nemeth is a gem for putting the kids over like that and being funny like that. It was cool. It was really
All
cool.
right, cool.
And I think it showed some. Yeah, I highly recommend that segment. You'll like it. And okay, enough of me talking all this madness. My prediction, I think because of that, I think Nick and Ryan Nemeth are going to take the victory. I think they're going to be the new champs. I think the Hardys don't need to prove anything, man. We know who they are. They're always going to be in the upper echelon of one of the greatest tag teams of all time. They can stop winning titles for the rest of their lives, and they'll be fine. They will not have any issues. They will be legends for the rest of their lives. And I think, like you said, I think their job now is to put new talent over, or newish talent, because obviously Nick Nemeth is no stranger to the game.
Oh yeah.
But Ryan is still, even though he's had his things too, he's still kind of new in the game. So I think it'll be nice to get the rub with his brother. Basically brothers versus brothers.
Yeah, that's what they're calling this.
Yeah, brothers versus brothers. I think it's a great thing, and I think Nick and Ryan Nemeth should go over. I'm not saying I'll be mad if they don't go over, but I think they should. I think they
I'll be mad at one at that point.
Well, obviously, but overall,
I get it.
But I think it makes sense for Nick and Ryan Nemeth to win. I think they're I think more story will be told if they win, because you can extend that storyline a little bit. So yeah, give the Nemeths the rub. Give them the rub. Let them be tag champs for a bit, and have the Hardys, chase it back. I think it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, book it. Nick and Ryan Nemeth, new champs.
Nick and Ryan Nemeth. All right. Rick Hart says Nemeth Bros.
Yeah.
The Tornado Nemeth Bros. Main Event Jeff says Hardys. Wow. Playboy Rods, Nemeth Bros. Randomizer, Nemeth Bros. It's a 6-1 split, with Main Event Jeff picking the Hardys. Everyone else going with the Nemeth brothers. So let's see what happens on that one. Let's go to our next match. It's Masha Slamovich versus Tessa Blanchard. in a singles match for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. The one-man band. You go first. Who do you have?
I still think, personally, I think the fact that WWE is now in some control with TNA, with who shows up where and such, and like who they want as their champions. I have a feeling just because of that, I don't think Tessa Blanchard is gonna hold any titles anytime soon because of that. Because I know Tessa Blanchard still has a little bit of it's blowing over, but I think there's a little bit of heat involved. So I think Masha Slamovich still retains.
All right, Masha Slamovich retains. My turn to pick on this one. Man, this is a tough one. Part of me agrees with you on that one, that Masha retains. It makes it harder for Tessa Blanchard, and I don't know, it builds up this match even more. Or I don't know. This is because TNA has lost a lot of the women that they had in there before as champions and or as competitors from the past few years. A lot of them have gone to WWE or AEW or wherever they've gone, right?
Mhm.
One who's come in now is Tessa Blanchard, the hot new acquisition that they have on TNA. She's been there. She's been there for very, very recently. This year she came back. I think it pays off more to have this rivalry continue, because who do you have else to combat them?
Right.
So let me see. So I'm going to let me see. I'm trying to think of I don't know which way to go on this one.
I think you need to make up your mind right now.
Whoa, easy, buddy. All right. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna say Rebellion. Tessa Blanchard wins. I'm gonna go with Tessa Blanchard. Oh man, yeah, that's my pick. Tessa Blanchard. All right. What do we have from Rick Hard? He says Tessa Blanchard. Tornado, Tessa Blanchard. Main event Jeff goes with you, Masha Slamovich, to retain. Playboy Rods, Tessa Blanchard. The randomizer, Tessa Blanchard. It's a 2-5 split on this one. 2-5 split. So,
Okay.
all right. 2-5 split. Next matchup, last matchup of the night. It's going to be Joe Hendry, the champ, versus Frankie Kazarian versus Ethan Page from NXT in a three-way match for the TNA World Championship. This will be Kazarian's Call Your Shot Championship match. I go first. Off the bat, I want to say Joe Hendry wins because he just won it. He's a very hot property.
Yeah.
Will he be going to WWE? So I think the future's there for him. But I think it's better with him holding the title still in TNA, helping that promotion before you. Because to do that would be like to totally tank your promotion if you have your guy leave. And I don't know where his contract's at on that. So I'm gonna say Joe Hendry retains. That's my pick. Joe Hendry retains. What do you have? The woman band.
Well, okay, so I will honestly say that I think part of the reason why Joe Hendry showed up at WrestleMania is probably to gauge where he's at. And I think because of the fact that he got such a thunderous ovation for WrestleMania, I think tells me right there that TNA in this case is probably going to stay with him as champ for a little while longer, because it makes all the sense in the world to want to keep eyes on him. Because man, he
Also, WWE must have had eyes too. Like, hey,
yeah, I agree.
How's this guy looking? Maybe how's he look for the future for this guy?
Right, but I'm thinking that that's their way of like, okay, we're gonna try to keep him. We're gonna try to keep him as long as we can, and let's appease him. Let's keep him as the champ. Let's keep him, let's keep him going.
Yeah.
I think it just makes all the sense in the world
Yeah.
to keep Joe Hendry as a champion. Ethan Page is NXT. I don't see him and Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian in this case is, he's 47 years old. So I not to discriminate because of the age and such, but I think you kind of want to put the title on somebody that's a little bit more fresh in this case, and I think Joe Hendry absolutely fits that bill. And like I said, Joe Hendry's just extremely hot right now. Extremely. Like there's nothing that he can do wrong at this point. Like he is just on fire. So why would you want to extinguish that fire right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, Joe Hendry retains.
All right, Joe Hendry retains. We have Rick Hart saying Joe Hendry retains. Tornator Joe Hendry. Main Event Jeff says Joe Hendry. Playboy Ross says Joe Hendry. And the Ryan Miser says Joe Hendry retains.
Uh-oh.
We have a consensus.
Ooh. We have a consensus.
There you go. We do have a consensus on that one. Joe Hendry to retain on that one. Everyone picked it.
Wow. What a nice way to end it.
Yeah. That's our predictions battle for TNA Rebellion happening on Sunday out of LA. Catch us next week when we do the recap of that. Mm-hmm. And let's see who wins.
Good luck to all the participants. Rick Hard, wherever you are, just just be safe and wrap it up if that's what I think it is. And wrap it up and also wrap it up. You need to get back to the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's okay. Have some fun and then come back and we'll talk about this when you get back.
Yeah.
We have 24/7 winning championship rings. Where Rick Hard is your girlfriend's favorite host, yeah. And you know it.
The one-man band.
It's the wrestling trivia king of kings.
And champ.
Yeah.
For real, a number deal. The randomizer will cut to make the steal.
Catch everyone next week.